Hi everyone, today we will be doing another hero review, which is super useful and which is going to be of an awesome hero and probably the best hero in all of CC, which is Anubis. I didn't do Anubis first because I really didn't have him, and thanks and sponsored by 1-1, we do have him now. We also have a duplicate of him, and I'll tell you why. So, for the skill horror show, let's read it. I won't read it here because it's only 7 and 9 and it's not maxed like the other heroes, so we will read it here. So at level 10, which is maxed, it deals 300% attack damage to a maximum of 100 enemies and reduces their attack by 42% for 10 seconds. Cooldown 8 seconds. Hero also transforms for 12 seconds, gaining immunity to silence and calamity, reducing damage received by 80% and reducing skill cooldown to 5%. Deals additional damage to all enemies equal to 10% of their max HP. Hero can revive 3 times, with each time with 80% HP. Revive talents and revive presses have no effects. So let's explain this as we can have. So this first part is really easy. We did 300% of the attack to a maximum of 100 enemies and reduces their attack by 42%. There will be a little sword on top of them, like then you can notice how you can see like that they are debuffed. And for 10 seconds, cooldown 8 seconds. Now, hero transforms for 12 seconds, gaining immunity to silence and calamity, reducing damage received by 80%. This part is really good because he gains immunity to silence and calamity. As you know in my Ares review, if somebody gets silenced and they die, even if they have revived, they will not revive. And Anubis is based off of his revives. He has 3 revives, so getting immune to that calamity is awesome. And he also gains an 80% damage reduction, which is completely overpowered. You can see like him tanking like whole hordes of heavy monsters at high levels and just not die. And this part is really one of the best parts of Anubis. It deals additional damage to all enemies equal to 10% of their max HP. This is something that no other heroes has. Only Anubis has. So every proc Anubis will do, on top of the damage that he will do in that 300%, he will take out 10% of their max alive. Which means that if Anubis procs 10 times, he will kill a hero if they don't heal themselves. So that's pretty overpowered. He revives 3 times, which is obviously overpowered, each time with 80% HP, and revive talents and crests have no effects. So if you have revive talents, he will only revive 3 times. So, best talents for Anubis. There are 2 talents that I would recommend for you, which is War God, because boosting his damage is really good, because he will just kill every hero, because he is like an overpowered hero with that. And the other talent which I found really interesting, which probably is better than War God, is Stone Skin. Why Stone Skin? Because on top of that 80% damage reduction that Anubis gets when he procs, he also gets a 60% when you max this out at 8 of 8 damage reduction. And again, it's not 80% plus 60%. That does not equal like 100 plus damage reduction. Because for example, this talent is calculated first, so 60% damage reduction. So for example, if a Michael is doing 10,000 damage, he will reduce that by 60%, which will probably equal about. Then the Michael will only be doing 4,000 damage, and then with Anubis proc, he will be reducing the 4,000 by 80%. So like 4,000 minus 80% like equals about 1,000. I'm not a good too good at math. So equals about 1,000. So that's really well. So a 10,000 Mayako just does 1,000 damage to Anubis with stones in. So that is really useful. And you don't really need to buff his damage too much because as you see in his skill, he does damage. He also does 10% of heroes max life, which means that with 10 procs he will be killing them. So that's it. So crests. Crest is really an interesting talent on Anubis. If you really want him to kill heroes, I would advise Bork or War God. But for survivability, I would probably put Psy Shield because Psy Shield removes a debuff, which it can really help with Ares Silence, because while he is not transformed, he's not immune to Calamity. So if he procs, then he's immune to Calamity. Another thing that I forgot to say that is not written on his skill is that he is a auto proc hero. So if he has 100% energy, he will proc. So a revitalized 5 crest on him would be amazing because he will get that silence and calamity immunity right away. So he will revive 3 times no matter what, which is really nice. So revitalized, Psy Shield, and damage talents would be what I recommend on him. Artifacts are a really tough decision because, as you can see, I'm currently using Blitzcrow that was for dungeons that I was trying to beat, but I would recommend Goblet of Life. I would only recommend Goblet of Life if you don't have a Stone Skin. Anubis, I would recommend, if you have a Stone Skin Anubis, I would recommend Victor's Emblem. Why? Because Victor's Emblem reduces damage taken by 20% increasingly, which is it like also increases to that damage reduction that Anubis already has with the proc and the Stone Skin, so that would make him unkillable. Extra Strife is also really useful because then Anubis will simply kill everyone, do as much damage as possible, but as I said before, he does have that 10% HP like takeoff in every proc, so buffing his damage is not necessary. So this is my first double evolved Anubis, which is the War God Anubis. Only 7 and 9 because I'm currently working on double evolving that Stone Skin Anubis. So I'll show you again in my routine these dungeons. So Anubis is also a hero that does insane damage, and with that War God he will simply one-shot all the heroes. Boom. Anubis is also a very useful hero because he is also a fast energy recovering hero, which means that he does not have to hit 8 times like the normal heroes to proc. So as you can see, he hits 3 times to get full energy, and he does not have to hit another thing to get more energy, to get like the proc off, because he is an auto proc hero, which helps a lot. Let's end the battle and let's do like the normal dungeon, as we always do. I'll do this one without Minotaur because Minotaur will probably just one-shot the dungeon as he always does because he's Minotaur. And I just want to show you how useful Anubis is, because since those insane dungeon heroes have so much HP, Anubis will be doing 10% of their HP every proc, which does help a lot. So as you can see, we can just use this skill and he will start killing out all the heroes. As you can see, he's already doing that much damage, and it seems that everybody's dying over here, but as you can see, he's just reviving again and again. This is not 100% because it does not have mana, but as you can see, you can see how many heroes it killed, which is a must-have. So Anubis is one of the best heroes in the game. He's also the rarest hero in the game. It might take you a lot of gems. It probably will take you a lot of gems to roll him. So yeah, you can also get him from events, but he is not a common hero on any event. So thanks for watching. Hope you liked the review, and